personal opinion. Let's take a look at the markets. It's Friday, so let's be chill. This thing worked for the first time. Is a multiple bar manipulation with some volume even. That went down. That went down. Probably that's also, yeah. Wave slows down, and we're all almost in support zone already. So Mhm. Yeah, it looks like it comes. It's at the oops. It's at the resistance zone, but too far from 0.5. Wouldn't even try anything on 5 minutes. It reached 0.5, broke the bar level as it should have. And that's it. It already reached its potential. Pink. Look at this. That was an entry. Considering different sessions, but never enter on the like evening session because when the volume will come in, you don't know what's gonna do. And now I don't know what's the thing about Valley Village, but people love loud engines here for whatever reason. Yeah, technically that's a sign of strength with the test here. Yeah. But look how steep and how volume this approach is. What I like about Valley Village though is that there is less waste management services. At West Hollywood, it was like endless. It was endless. And leaf blowers and, noise pollution is way better here. I even have planes, but they don't like fly. low, probably coming from Van Nuys, maybe even from Burbank. No, I think they're coming from Van Nuys, but never in the night and never too loud, and not that many. It's not LAX or something. I don't know how people live by LAX. Yeah, that was unvolumed T1. Volumed Tiber Spring. Sign of strength. I think considering the circumstance, and where's this volume? It's right here. And then it comes here, goes down. It changed direction though. Maybe something that goes into the minutes range. Also probably on test, it's already gone to much into the neutral zone, so I don't think so. Markets are strong. Markets are strong. Look at it. If either goes lower, there was some consolidation here, so it can go all the way down here. It can go anywhere, but what does Tiro do? Anyone knows? Not much. Hanging out. Good exit, at least locally. Wouldn't it be that fun if it stops here and goes down? Doesn't matter, but it will definitely tease my. I was gonna say my pride, but there's no pride around me and like stocks. It would be like, I told you. I'm glad I got out of it. It was a miraculous recovery. It looked like it's gonna take like it took this Intel or something, achy forever. Bumps. It's broke. I couldn't take here anything anyways. 1.5 is here. Regardless, it was a good 0.5, but just no signal. Huh. There is some consolidation going on. Is it grammatically correct to say there is some consolidation going on? I think it is. Sounds weird to me. Once again, monthly is still, it looks like it wants to break. What an entry it was here, but there was no entry. You can't enter this for months. Yeah, there was manipulation signal and then it didn't go. No, it's bebopping. That needed a test on daily, and on daily it's not a good context on monthly. So it's too close to resistance zone. McDonald's. The bar level is done. Rosneft, look at it. Mm. BTI. You guys, I got some meat yesterday. All of a sudden, chicken, poultry. Chicken is the worst from humane perspective because it's chicken and turkey. What I've learned recently are still exempt of the. I know it sounds like oxymoron, but there is a Humane Slaughtering Act, and it turns out, which basically says that you need to knock the animal unconscious before you slaughter it. So chicken and turkey, for I think economical reason, because they're like too small of an animal, they're still exempt from Humane Slaughtering Act, so you can slaughter them while they're still alive and leave them there die, bleeding. So when you eat beef or any other meat, at least you can hope that the animal didn't feel the pain that much while being slaughtered. Whereas with chicken and turkey, it's not the fact. And by the way, actually, that can affect the quality of meat itself because I think there is a consensus in scientific community that the toxins, so like fear and pain of they provoke some toxins that go into the muscle, into the meat. So it would be like fair to say that animals that died in fear and pain have more contaminated meat than the ones that died peacefully, if you can say that. That's why we never short with real stops. If my stop was here, I mean, there was no setup, but if my stop was here, and then done instead of 0.2%, it would be 2%. 10 times more, the stop would be like 30% of my deposit. And that would hurt as hell. Hell. Not earnings and nothing, just done. Just well, it's one bar reversal. It's a place to monitor it. I still can coin the term or observe, monitor, watch list. When you put it on the hourly watch list and then just like check it hourly or while daily trades. Still don't know what to call it. My English is still very basic. Fjord changed direction and confirmed. It's a break, by the way. This is not a level because it's a bullish bar manipulated a bullish bar. There's no extremum between two of them. So it doesn't change a lot. Like this two, there was an up thrust and then it was not enough. It just went higher. Suspicious. Change direction. We'll be all right when it comes to this level again. UPS and what it does. Boom, boom. Back to this level, probably. Let's dance. This guy goes lower. I don't know who controls this stock, but they made some buck from 30 bucks a year ago to, god damn it, they made like 35. 100%. It's a lot. 3,500%. But I have absolutely no tools to predict anything like that. And look at maxed out, no spread, and then just continues. Doesn't care. Against all the laws of physics. As there should be its continuation of the trend. There should be previous details here. And again, I should have not. The level was here. This is just a 0.5. We only can see the 0.5 from last approach. So this is not a transitioning shown. However, there was still a break here. Maybe there wasn't. And this was a 0.5 that didn't hold. So yeah. This can go to nowhere list. Why is it in my watch list? Anyone knows? It closed in correction, so you need to come here. Bro, it just falls. This thing is at the level. We need the daily level, the monthly level, so we need daily levels. Too far from 0.5, too high up there. This thing continues its climb. This thing continues its climb. Yeah, this model didn't work. 2-bar spring, and then on test goes all the way down. So Technically, it's good for trade. Oh, that's our stock exchanges. Yeah, look at this. 10, 10, 10, 10. Was it the balance? 1, 2, 1, 2. One can say it's a balance. Someone came here, needed a test, and that was an entry. I don't think so. I don't think so. Good 0.5, but that what we have. And it just goes down for now. And that doesn't look like it wants to hold at all. Nothing holds in the Russian market. It just dies. And I don't think people are concerned at all because I think the percentage of people holding these stocks is super minimal. I just read, I don't know if it's true or like AI generated, but I just read about Charles Mitchell, who made stocks majorly available to general public. So back in like 20s and roaring 20s, holding a stock was still a privilege of a very small group of people. And so he changed it. He decided to liberalize the market, and it led to frenzy. He made like stocks financially available to major public, and that led to the like roaring 20s and all the like frenzy around stocks. And then it crashed like a bubble. And he kind of like extinguished the fire with bringing in some liquidity from banks. And that kind of helped for like 6 months or so. And then it crashed even worse. And I don't remember, he must have lost a lot of money because he was, what bank he was representing? Some large bank. So he's and other banks decided to like bring in liquidity, and it was absorbed, all absorbed, and then market crashed regardless because smart money already decided it's dangerous to keep money in stocks, and general public and him must have lost a bunch of money. And that's the nature of financial bubbles and financial markets in general. Retailers lose money in order for smart money to gain money. Oy, oy, oy. I won't go through the entire list. Why is it on my we were in 0.5 once, so that was like 0.5, and that was the move. And this is too low as well. Huh. Yeah, And this level, look at this level. So I don't think it's a good place for placing investment trades, but for the for the week swing trade that I never do, maybe. Yeah, that was the move. That thing needed a test. That needed a test, but did it to R, and now it's eh. Boom. Didn't whole change direction. What's this? Anyone can explain me? Because it's just too messy. It hurts my eye. Something like this. All just like messy. Not messy, but messy. The World Cup is coming up to United States, to LA. And like City does it, like it looks like no one cares. You know what I mean? And then next will be the Olympics. Uh, but as for World Cup, yeah, soccer is not a thing. Not until they'll start calling it football, it will become a thing in United States. I feel like female soccer is is a thing here, but not male, not the football. And I understand why, because like there's so many other sports. There's NFL, there's NHL, there's NBA. So like soccer is the major sport in most, if not all European, most Latin American, and many other countries. Whereas, but England also has like rugby and cricket, and they have another weird sport. Is it softball? They have like some weird sport. Uh, I shouldn't be talking about things I don't know and honestly don't care about. I've been big on football as a teenager and adolescence, early youth. But then I was like, one day I just woke up. I was like, some 50 people are making big buck on like hundreds of thousands, if not millions of others just like watching it. Being in the stadium was fun to release to walk out your bear. That was fun. That I can confirm. But even that, it's like a concert. It's like music concert. It's just, yeah, I'm more of performer myself rather than consumer of other people performances. Even with movies, the more I'm into movies, the less I watch them. Just how it goes, I guess. Just how it goes, I guess. And sure enough, I've never watched a single vertical, and I've done like a whole bunch of them in the last year. Not watching my own shit. Maybe I should just like to check out my performance and take some notes. Because when you're on set, unless like director says you something, you don't know how you're doing. There's a little sensor within you. Um, Everything is in the right zone. However, counter trend. It's not a balance. I don't think it's a balance. It's maybe something quick. Yeah, here it was. Biggest volume, then needed a. Maybe here we could have done an exclusion and a close and smaller volume below, just like that. Maybe this was a trade. Of course, like it's in the hindsight. It's easy to identify. It's about to happen. Sorry. All right. I don't know. But then it held, went down here, so change direction. Okay, I need to make it through the list. What was going on here? It looks like there is some level here. And if there is, then arguably this is the level. This or this actually. We don't know. And it's not critically low. And by the way, this is the level and it went up and then down. Boom. Yeah, you see these fluctuations? It looks like it's the lowest it's gone, so it's too high, but it's our transition extremum. Arguably, you can also say this was transition extremum, but no. Yeah, everything is counter trend and we're so high up there though, so technically that was and still is the level. Practically. Look, I kissed just kissed this level. Mm. Yeah, it's so geomet geometry is not right. Also, this what's the point of thinking it's a balance? I don't think there is. I think I think I think think that's how we should look at it. I think back home we say uh butterish butter or oily butter, if it makes sense. To this repetition of the same things. Okay, okay. I refuse. Again, one bar reversal. Good volume, but good volume is not enough. Good volume. And it's not a transitioning strum. So you need a close manipulation signal and all of that. So um, same deal. And by reversal, we get some volume, but maybe American markets are too complex to have this exhaustion volume, say on monthly, because like too many participants uh, take part. Is take part the same like partake? Hey Siri. Hey Siri. Wow. Siri has abandoned me. Oh wow. Define. Hey Siri. Wow. Um, Siri left me. Sad story. There's somewhere deep down my list, you see, things hasn't been uncharted for a long time. Has not been charted or has been uncharted for a long time. Yeah, it was a volume level that was unvolumed up thrust. Oh, it's gone. I want to finish this, but I also want to go one bar reversal on some perforated levels. Damn, I want to go. I need to finish the levels just to bring everything in order. So this was a good volume and no earnings or dividends here, just volume. Good stuff. Continuation of the trend. Look at this. Look at this. And there was the volume. I didn't need or did it? The only question if it needed a test within the range. But is it worth it? Look how many stocks I had to work through in order to get this set up. And it wasn't the biggest, so that would need a test. Maybe there was something on our, I don't know. And now it broke the perforated levels. So this thing came to zero point 0.5 almost. And from here, it went down. Boom. But what I'm trying to do here, oh God, something. Continuation of the trend, my friends. Maybe I just use charging as my stress relief. I haven't had a trade for like how many months? 2 months, 3 months now. I'm charging, I'm not trading. I'm not trader anymore, I'm charter. You know what I mean? It's like one step better than one bar reversal. Here. It's coming. You can on the monthly watch. You can go fast. 2.5. Where was I? It's a good volume. Speaking of, it's never an exhaustion volume on monthly on American stocks, please. Just to prove me wrong, here's the exhaustion volume. Definitely needs. I tend to have my charts dirty. One bar reversal. That was the transition extreme, and then boom, 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 and that's gonna be in continuation of the trend. In the end of this day, possibly as a sign of with the volume break under ice. I'm gonna like start calling it like this because I don't want to call it sign of weakness, but calling it sign of strength can be misleading for Wyckoff traders out there because V. Hermoso Chavez calls it sign of weakness, presuming the price is weak and therefore it goes down, but I don't subscribe to that point of view. It's such an ignorant thing to do. If Russians love their children too. If you know this song, you're my friend. In Europe and America, there is some of hysteria. There's no monopoly of common sense on the either side of the political fence. Bro, Mr. Khrushchev said, we will bury you I don't subscribe to this point of view. It broke. And then there was this. It broke up, went up, then changed direction, and then turned direction again. And yeah, and then this. Badoosh. I was also thinking that maybe I should start, and that's continuation of the trend, by the way, right? I should start using stock screener that Mr. Newsom, Jeremy Newsom, advised us to use. And then it's good for, yeah. Oh, and by the way, I know, right. Because stock screener, maybe I should focus on like volumes and, you know what I mean? Because this browsing, surfing of stocks apparently doesn't work well for me. By the way, there was a level here that I didn't notice because there was like too bullish. So it wasn't a 1 bar rule here. God, what is this? Yeah, like I barely saw like couple setups as all this. Um, Looking through what, like maybe hundreds of stocks, several dozen stocks. That's not sustainable for me. Just doesn't work for me. So I need to find a better way to find stocks that are potentially ready for trade. Maybe that's how I can rebound my trading and go back from charting to trading. I was always charting a lot, but oh, in these things. Probably these are the stocks that I added after monthly overview, and they were like somewhere. Ooh, it's a break. This is too close. So it's like up thrusted this level right now, but and that was a new transition action. It was just like too close to here, I think. But technically it went down, spring here, and then broke this level, and then thrusted. So this was a new transition extreme. And also again, look how high it is. And the whole thing is counter trend. Yeah. Yeah. What the? What a? It's our sign of strengths. This is our 1 bar reversal. And volume distribution is not right. It's absolutely unvolumed. So there's nothing. There's nothing. Oh shit. And this is a 0.5. And it almost went here, so well, no, it's visible. Boom. Same deals. Transition extreme. Exhaustion volume. The whole thing is counter trend. Let's go to dinosaurs. Ever since the dinosaurs. There's no dinosaurs in new stock. Well, I mean, it's new enough not to have dinosaur, not to lose the data. So we have the data from the beginning of times. Was it a level really? You know what I mean? One by reversal. Classic. Classic. Hmm. This volume is weird, but otherwise, they'll be alright. This level is good. Yeah. Um, it's too close, and it's all. I don't think it's good for daily for investment trade. But maybe that's our sign of that's our break under ice when it comes to its level. I want to finish my thing. HSBC. Did some money on HSBC last year. It's been a while. Volume spring and zero point 0.5 would be alright. This is not how it works. This is not a, yeah, it just needs new levels. Makes absolutely no sense. Bunk. Broke the level and went higher. And again, it didn't go, so the whole shebang is most unlikely, but counter trend. And changing direction. This thing continues to go. Float. Deal. The stock that I broke even on for good. Like Tiro. Will right when it comes here. It does look like exhaustion, so did this. Bro, I'm doing it. I'm approaching the end of the list. Yeah. The stock I cannot sell just because it's in my Russian broker. It's in my Russian broker. This needs levels. Probably. Yeah. It's in a good place, but it needs levels. This was manipulated, so we need levels. CRM. Boom, and that went down. And what we're trying to get, our 0.5 is here. Okay, you guys, I did it. I think I'm glad I'm out of this stock for now, even though the volume is here and it's like, it's exhausted so nicely. So maybe here was a buy. Anyways, my biggest idea now is to get myself a stock screener and figure out how I want to go. You see, that wouldn't have worked. But there was no setup unless I could, unless I bought from here. That was too violent. Yo guys, so yeah, I think I need some form of more efficient stock screening. This is my trading coach. He derives profit, but he spends his life trading, and I don't have this luxury anymore. That was the plan back in 23, 22, 23, but just too much enacting now. And that's my main thing. I don't want to spend my life trading. I want to spend my life acting. Is everything that comes with it. All right. It's kind of in 0.5, but volume distribution. I shouldn't have marked out this at all. Can work. And it's counter trend, and to trade it just to trade it. In counter trend, I definitely want it. It will wiggle even if it manipulates it and goes. But I don't think it's a good level anyways, because that's our don't think it's a good entry. You're in the right place. A monthly, too short. And we came to this volume level, which doesn't matter because it's already it's the past. Oh boy. And it's a bigger volume. Okay, I know what disqualifies this trade. I was looking for disqualification. You shouldn't have bigger volume uh, on manipulation signal. And it's correction. It would be another big one. 0.5. I kind of toss around. Yeah, now this list is too big. I'm just tossing around. You know what? Because volume wise, yeah. Yeah, I don't think so. This is low. We have like lower highs, lower lows. Five minutes. Badoosh. This is a joke, you know. That's the level, but this is a joke. Big time. To trade from here. To break. And yeah, this goes to maybe this one as well. Or maybe it can stay. One bar reversal. Volume distribution is not right anyway. Didn't need a test actually. Well, it did because there's bigger volumes in our way. What are we doing here? 0.5. Something that's what we are doing here. Continuation of the trend, which goes, it's in balance. And continuation of the trend is here. But it's in some form of balance ever since here. But yeah, I wouldn't do anything of it because it's just too high, too far from that was. Once again, lower highs, lower lows. Doesn't look good. What's the level here? That's a mess. I can trade coincidence of the levels here. Counter trend, trend, and and, uh, and this weird volume, yeah. All tested, all this is tested, so yeah. This volume is not a threat, but it's a consolidation and a powerful one. And the problem here is that the volume looks like an exhaustion volume right here. Why do I not see it then? I'm in dollars, that's why, sorry. Yeah. Yeah, since this volume, I think we need a transition extremum. I want to trade something. I haven't traded since forever. We say my hands are burning, my palms are burning. I want to trade. I'm a trader, god damn it, not a charter, but yeah. Now how could I take this trade? That needed a test. Even with the test, they're so high. Only maybe 5 minutes. You know what I mean? Yeah, like here. That might have been all right. Yeah, this is still a level. So this is still a level, looks like. But trade it like this. Let's come here. GTS. Continuation of the trend, but you guys already can tell, right? That's not a good idea. Previous 0.5 is here. That was the, I'll just call it volume bar. Why wouldn't I call it? But there's bigger volumes here, right? Yeah, this volume is bigger. So nothing to trade. Nothing much to trade. Okay, I'm gonna let you go. You guys trade responsibly on your own. Never listen to anyone. No one knows anything. Learn and grow in the communities of like-minded people, such as